My name is David Reed. I'm with Nicole
Hello.
and Evie,
Hello.
and this is the Wormhole Extremists. We are the Wormhole Extremists. We are rewatching Allegiance. There's good old Doc Fraser
Yeah,
It's
so
nice to see her. It's been a
triaging.
while.
Yeah.
exactly. She's just made a bit of a goof
Oh,
because
Already.
in the Air Force they actually call them medics, not
the
corpsman or
corpsman.
whatever she called him. Yeah.
Yeah. Ooh. Alrighty then.
I was going to say as well that this gentleman, and I hope I don't pronounce his name wrong,
Is
Kimini
Barber?
Ray Smith,
Yeah.
as Ocker. So this is actually Kimini's second Stargate episode, though you wouldn't know it. He actually previously appeared as an unnamed Madrona guard
Oh.
in the background of Touchstone. And
Ooh,
his connection to the franchise does run deep. He'll later appear in Atlantis as Dr. Lindstrom, and he
he
serves
does.
as Rambo's son Frank's stunt double
Oh
across the
yes.
first two seasons.
And the other actor,
Wow.
the Jaffa, played Barber briefly before he was incinerated in
He did.
the
He ran
light.
into the thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yes, I was gonna bring that up later. But yeah, you're absolutely right. He did make a very brief but memorable appearance in that particular
Doesn't
episode.
Lindstrom die by yeeted into space via Wraith virus? Is
I
that the
think
one?
so. Yeah.
Good times.
Rodney, help
Can't
me.
Uh,
wait.
Yeah.
Yeah. Whoa, traumatizing.
I think this is the only time where a staff blast or a weapon translates through the gate and injures someone on the other side, other than the Salish arrow.
So it just makes me think
oh
about
yes.
how bad they are at aiming. Just stormtrooper aim. So
Oh
good.
yeah, but they got him. They got
Well,
him
it
this
was
one.
Yeah.
effective. We are introduced to Peter Stebbings as Malik. So this is his first of two consecutive episodes.
Yes.
And interestingly, Peter has the unique distinction of appearing in two different television series within Cheyenne Mountain Complex, like both
Ah,
Oh.
Stargate and Jeremiah. And
yes.
his role in Jeremiah united him with several Stargate stars, including Alex Zahara, Terrell Rothery, and
Wow.
Michael Adam Thwaite. And he was also on Murdoch Mysteries for quite a while.
Lockwatcher said the opening scene looked like something from ER.
Yeah.
Yeah, it really did.
I will
Ooh,
say we got some tasty looking Tok'ra today. They are some handsome men. Just gonna point that out.
Oh, yeah, of
absolutely.
course.
They're not going to hire ugly actors unless it's a very
No.
specific situation. Like, okay,
That's
we need a
true.
Steve Buscemi type.
The thing is with Stargate is I feel like they've always hired people that are like attractive, but not like, like a Hollywood A-lister attractive.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
there's not loads of plastic surgery. I can kind of look at most of the people and just be like, yeah, you're like
All
hot in a normal
natural.
way. Yeah, it's nice.
Yeah. So I was going to say that I kind of thought it was intriguing that Malik sort of seemed unaware of the rebel Jafar's growing numbers. He made a comment on it.
Yeah.
Mm.
So I think this raises questions about the Tok'ra's intelligence network, that are they working with outdated information, or have they become so focused on their own front of the war that they've kind of lost sight of their like
It's
potential
a good
allies?
observation. I
Mm.
think that they're
Yeah.
I don't think that they're great at what they do. I think they rely too much on certain avenues of information, and then they're surprised
Mm.
when other things happen. It's like, oh yeah, there is a world, there
There
is
is
a universe
there is a
outside of
big
our intelligence
world
bubble.
out there. Yeah,
They live
exactly.
in holes in the ground.
They really do. They really do, like figuratively and physically. This episode apparently picks up several months after The Warrior and connects several key moments in Stargate history. You'll hear callbacks to Divide and Conquer from Sam.
Hmm.
Woo.
Jacob references the events of Abyss, and we get mentions of In the Line of Duty from Jack Tilk and Dr. Frasier.
Real big throwback.
And this episode marks the first ever meeting between two major allies, Braytak and Selmac.
Oh no, it's so
This
good.
is the
That's
first, isn't it?
so exciting.
Yes.
That's right.
This is a cool funeral. This is how I would want to
Yes.
go.
So
Right.
this is like the first time that we see the Stargate used in like a burial ceremony. So yeah, it like disintegrates the fallen
Of a
warriors in a
dead
dignified
person.
send-off. Yeah. I think
It's very nice.
it's kind of poetic really, because like the Stargate's vortex, it's like a gateway to countless worlds for the living, and now it's like a final doorway for the fallen. It's kind of like a bit
Oh, it's
poetic.
magical. Yeah,
Yeah.
honestly, as a Stargate fan, I want this to be like made real, so that like this is how my funeral goes. We deserve
Yes, we deserve it.
it.
And they're gone. That's it.
It's pretty fast, isn't
Well,
it?
no mess,
like
no
long,
fuss.
yeah, no long dramatic burning or anything. Like,
Yeah.
Mm.
We now resume. You're atomized.
Yeah, exactly.
Ashes to ashes.
So if you watch in the background of these wider shots, a lot of the Jafar warriors don't have symbiote pouches.
Ooh, really?
Yeah.
I thought they were all covered up.
No, that there's some
some
gentlemen
shirtless
in the
ones.
back there just with the the pants on
Just-
below the belly button, and you can't see anything.
It wouldn't have taken more than, just
just
a
paint an X.
Sharpie.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Sharpie, yeah.
That's it. That's all it would have
do what the
taken.
other guys did, like with their foreheads, just sharpie it.
That's right.
So this is Link Baker as
Mhm.
Artok. So he continues his unfortunate tradition on SG1. His character tends to meet dramatic ends. As you mentioned, he was Lieutenant Barber in The Light.
Wow.
I'm really bothered about the fact that he took Jack's money on the bet and then like lost the money in the vortex. Like,
Oh,
damn.
money was disintegrated too? Oh,
Yeah, he hands him the money because he lost a bet with Daniel about Sam.
interesting. Okay.
And so I was like,
Well, that's $50 you're never going to get back.
exactly.
No, not at all.
Oh, boy.
So when I was
here we
younger, I was
go.
really excited about this because I was so excited to see these two kind of trying to figure it out. I'm still upset with how this all goes, but I get it.
Mm.
Oh, here we go.
Ooh.
Symbiote superiority.
Well, like the irony is painful because they're fighting over who's fought longer and harder instead of honoring those who fought beside them. Like they're
Yeah.
literally they were at like a ceremony when this started
Mhm.
up.
But
This is
also
the
who
first
fought
time we've...
longer and
You go ahead.
No, go.
No, you're more relevant.
who fought longer and harder. It's like the
Yeah.
Jafar have been enslaved for so long that they haven't had the chance,
This is the first time we've seen Alpha Site, isn't it?
Are you
I
right?
don't think we've been there before.
I feel like you're right. And I don't like that. Really?
Maybe. I mean, it's like been mentioned maybe in
It's
passing.
definitely been mentioned. Yeah, as far back as 201. But yeah, this is the first time we've actually seen it.
See, look at these
Mastaba.
guys. Are they supposed to be Jafar?
The black band is supposed to cover up their symbiote pouch.
Yeah, I guess they
But
just
it's, the
when
right,
they're
it's
moving
riding
around
way
it's a
too
little
low.
full.
Yeah, it is too low.
Need some belts on there.
So, I was going through some fan responses on Reddit, as I tend to do, and someone pointed out that this particular heart-to-heart between Jack and Jacob stands out as quite a powerful moment between two, like, current and former military leaders. So, Jacob kind of acknowledges the Tok'ra arrogance and validates Jack's trauma with the whole Kanan incident.
Yeah.
While Jack makes it clear that his respect for Jacob does still remain intact, and sort of what begins as like a conversation about their differences evolves into a moment of like genuine understanding between two men who've grown this like mutual respect, from mutual respect to a true friendship that has sort of outgrown their shared connection with Sam.
Yeah.
This is one of my
Is
favorite
this the-
scenes from...
I was going to say,
Yeah.
he's about to say the line
Beautiful.
about every time the Tok'ra died, it was at the end of like a Jafar's staff weapon.
Yeah.
So that's where like the beef comes from, especially.
Oh, for sure. It makes
is such a
total
powerful
sense.
moment.
It
Yeah.
does. It's a very powerful imagery, but you can understand it.
Yeah. See, this is the thing I don't like about Jack, is he says that, and it makes me so upset because he's so unwilling to
He
compromise.
he can be a bigot. I mean, look at how he
Yeah, a
reacts
little
to the Unas and the Beast of Burden. Yes, I've seen the cave drawings.
Yeah.
His dogs sniff each other's butts and they're friends for life. He is a product of the Cold War.
Yeah.
That's just it.
Yeah.
He's not gonna like Ruskies.
Well, this is why I don't. Oh, here we go. So good. So
Yeah.
good. Such a
Yeah.
powerful
True.
line.
2,000 years. That's
Yeah.
nuts.
It is. Yeah, this is why I like people that there's like a whole argument against like boomers and like them
Mm,
being not very aware of like how life's progressing and how the world is today. And I'm like, well, you got
yes.
to cut people some slack because older generations and people being raised in a certain household with other generations of stuff, it's always going to
Mm,
be you're going to have different people come out, different products of different eras and lifestyles, and it's just going to happen.
yeah, they went through some stuff as well, especially early
Yeah.
boomers. Like that's post-war, so
Yeah.
they probably had to listen to a lot of like I guess racism probably from their parents who
Oh,
went
for
through
Yeah.
the
sure.
war.
Yeah. So I can understand Jack's approach. It makes me sad, but you know what though? I will say it is refreshing for a show to be so forward thinking in so many ways and still have characters be like this because they're
Mm-hmm.
still human and that's very important.
Hmm.
Balance. Not today.
Trouble in Paradise, folks.
Mm.
Uh-huh.
Roger did say I think this is the first time we see the alpha sites. That's cool.
There is my answer.
Oof. They should have like, better security on this.
Mm, sabotage.
Lockwatcher actually meant something that I found, like I was thinking about actually. So he said when things are vaporized, they are converted to something else. Brackets cannot destroy matter. So I would suggest hold your breath. So
Well,
because earlier they said breathing around the gate, you're
yeah.
just gonna get vaporized.
Matter is just
Uh,
transformed. You can't
Yeah,
like erase it. So it's just
yeah. What does it
transformed into something
transform
else.
into? Is what I
Energy.
wonder. Yeah,
so Jonas has like 3 lines or something in this entire episode. I kind of feel bad for
Oh, I
him, but
forgot
What
he's
is
maybe
it?
outside.
Corin had something going on.
I hate to say it, I didn't really notice the lack of Corin until just now, and that makes me sad. But to be honest, there are episodes where I don't even notice Jack is missing until
Mm.
someone points it out.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Mm-hmm.
you know. I think that's just Stargate. I'm just so used to seeing people zip in and out that I'm like, oh yeah, they're not there for this episode. Oh yeah, that's why.
Well, I guess it means that the other supporting characters are like doing an excellent job of filling that gap, so you don't even notice, which
Yeah,
is, like it's kudos to the cast and crew.
yeah.
We wouldn't be having this chat.
Hmm.
In short.
Oh, I forgot. That's why. If they leave, then whoever's the Ashrak in this case will
Yeah.
report the coordinates.
Uh-huh.
What's ironic is this is probably an episode that in most cases I would love because I always talk about the I love when people are trapped episodes because it makes people have conversations and get to know each other.
Well, cabin
But with
fever
this
happens
Mhm.
one,
very seriously, very quickly.
yeah,
Mm.
So
I like
Mhm.
it, but I think this episode is one that I enjoy it less, and I think that's just because I'm bitter about the outcome because instead of like helping repair the relationship by bringing them together with the cabin fever going the positive way,
mhm.
it goes in a negative way. So
Yeah. So there's kind of a layer of personal tension here that makes the situation, I think, especially difficult for both Jack and Sam. Like
mm,
they each carry traumatic experiences with the Zaytag machine
Oh,
and
absolutely.
Tok'ra blending, which I think adds like another complex dimension to like what's already a very volatile situation. But they kind of just brush
100%.
over it. Yeah.
Yeah. I do really wish there was a bit more of a callback to their relationship in this moment because, like, that was such a pivotal part. Would have been nice, but it's okay. It's
But I
okay.
mean, they agreed to leave it in the room, so.
They did, I know.
Mm.
It's fine, it's whatever.
My dad does that. No, thank you.
It's like,
Jeez.
I don't know.
To be passive
Yeah.
aggressive?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Ah, hilarious. My nan loves asking rhetorical questions as her level of being passive aggressive, and she's full of
Obi.
them.
Yeah, Obi.
What are
Yeah.
in those canisters? Milk? What is that?
Coffee, just lots of coffee.
Lots of
It's
coffee.
probably just water.
I would
Yeah.
like for it to be coffee, I'd like for everyone to be caffeinated. I don't
Maybe
know
it's
why.
like Kool-Aid or something.
So if the guy busts out. Oh yeah, he just jumps straight out. Yeah, that's just not right. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, come on, man.
Oh yeah. Oh. See, look, now the Jafar are being unreasonable, and Jack's like, get over yourselves, guys.
Oh,
No.
Oh, no, he
shoot.
has some. I mean, he does have some good observations.
I love Jacob's
Yeah.
reaction. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, fair.
Yes, Braytac. I am shook that it's taken this long to get our Stargate dads in the
No,
room
seriously, yeah, because
Mhm.
they operate nearly completely different spheres. Tok'ra
Yeah.
stories and Jaffa stories.
Yeah.
So-
So
together. But
I
they're
have a
like
bit of a
so cool together.
bit of a personal confession. So in my house, there's like 2 Stargate quotes that get repeated constantly.
Oh no.
It's Malik's synthesized Colonel O'Neill, like from a second ago.
Oh, gosh.
Okay.
And also bow before Neonac.
Kneel before
Really?
Neonac.
Yeah, kneel before Neonac.
Oh, geez, that's funny.
Is that what you say to Adam when like you've made him dinner?
No, we literally just say it randomly
Just
to
randomly?
each other every now and then.
Beautiful.
So, I was gonna say that every time I watch this episode, I have like just like an interesting reaction to the name Ocker.
Oh, Ocker. It's
Sorry.
an unusual word, yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
in Australia, Ocker is actually a slang term for someone who speaks with a very broad Australian accent and has a
That's
rough, unpolished
right.
manner. So,
Yeah, I
See,
learned
yeah,
that
it's
at the same
it's
time I learned
spelled the
about
same.
Norks.
Norks.
What are
don't know
Norks?
that
What's an
one.
Ocker? Norks are breasts.
Oh.
You don't know
I've
that?
never-
It's Australian slang.
No. It might
There are
be
some
maybe
British
on
slang
the
words I
East
don't listen to.
Coast. Yeah,
Yeah.
we have different slang.
Oh, interesting. Well, Bob's your uncle. She'll be apples.
Giangiara said, I thought they were cans of rice. That's a lot of rice.
That's a
you
lot
need
of
water
rice.
for that rice.
Yeah.
Well, to be fair, it's probably only like 2 cups of rice. That stuff expands and multiplies when you cook it.
Mhm.
Yeah.
That doesn't sound very convincing. That almost sounded like a
No.
question at the end.
Mm.
Also, Nicole, because I
Yeah.
assume David doesn't have the sound on. In a
Yeah.
second, you'll hear a voice that says, "Yes, sir." I'm pretty sure it's Peter DeLuise, but
Entirely
I'm gonna
possible.
Put it louder.
no, it's already been. It was Jack asking to put Artok into a holding cell, and you hear this,
Oh,
"Yes,
just
sir."
there. I heard something there.
Yeah.
Just couldn't tell if it was him or not.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. It sounds like Peter DeLuise.
I'd like if it was. If they just had him, they recorded it one day and it's random audio. They've just pulled back in and just got me up. So I
Maybe,
don't know.
yeah. I mean, like he did write and direct this episode,
Mhm.
so
He could just be out
yeah.
there yelling. Yeah.
Wasn't the
Well, yeah, I
rationale
don't
because
think
he
he
wanted
appears.
him dead that it went a little red? But he didn't.
It's possible.
Yeah, 'cause
Yeah,
he's
I
not
don't know
found
if they
there's an
actually
Ashrak.
explain it.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. Oh god. Oh dear, oh dear.
Oh boy. Here we go.
Yeah, it's like our lie detectors, you know.
Uh-huh. They are fallible.
Can't
Yeah.
completely trust it.
Yeah.
It's like you have a jury and everything.
I watched Juror number 2 last night, Clint Eastwood's
Mhm.
final film. It was excellent.
Oh,
I loved
I
it.
haven't seen it, but I saw it available there,
Yeah.
and yeah.
I didn't know he like stopped doing I didn't realize he had like a cutoff point for like
He's
oh, wait, that was
94.
my last film.
I was gonna say he's
That
in
makes
his
sense.
90s, yeah.
Yeah.
Ugh. So he's saying like
Mhm.
life is difficult for the Tok'ra. It's like hang on to your hat, Malik, because things are about to get a lot worse.
That's it.
Oof. Cool X-ray though. That
It is
looks really
very cool.
That's a Gould.
Yeah, big brain.
Looks like they're just laying on the brain.
Yeah,
Yeah.
alongside the spinal column, like they're
Yeah.
just chilling out.
You would see that thing in your head. Wait, where is it going? Under the skull? I mean, I guess so.
I think it's going under the
So-
skull.
Yeah, I'm
yeah.
assuming that just like, that there's not much room for give in there, but I feel
Right.
like maybe it smushes itself down a
Yeah,
bit for a
your
bit.
brain gonna like. I guess it can flatten itself like a mouse or anything else. So yeah,
I assume it'd have to, otherwise how's it going to fit anywhere?
that's my point.
Yeah, yeah.
The reality is it doesn't have to because it doesn't exist. So.
If they didn't give the Gould bones, then they could easily have done that and been
Yeah,
like, yep,
that's
bone
true.
squishy.
Uh-oh.
Shimmering Victoria's back with Tiny Terrell! Exclamation mark.
Tiny Terrell.
Hi, Shimmering
that's
Victoria.
true.
I love her. Well, now he's dead, so who's the culprit now?
Sowing dissent. Dissent is being sowed.
So why is the Ashrak doing this again? Like, do we know why?
He's trying to divide and conquer.
And that's literally the
Yes.
reason.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's not
Yeah,
trying
he's
to just get
sowing
off the planet.
dissent between the
Cool.
allies.
Just, yeah, planting that seed of doubt.
Yeah. The Romulans did the same thing with Earth and Enterprise.
If he had just killed like one side and then buggered off, then they would have been like, yeah, the Jafar
Yeah.
did it, and then
Yeah.
they would have been at war. But because they
I
killed
agree.
a second guy, they
Yeah.
biffed it completely.
Yeah, it's a fair point.
That's why I got asked. I was like, I swear that's the reason, but like, it's silly. 'Cause why would you do it like this? And now he's still trying to blame the Jafar,
boy.
but it's just too suspicious. It's just too
Yeah,
suspicious.
yeah.
I would sit there and go, oh, it's a third party.
The Tok'ra have staff weapons. I forgot they do occasionally use them, but they're
Yeah, they're
mostly
such
Zat
Zat-
people.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
such
they
Zat
are
guys.
Zat people.
Yeah, they are Zat people. Oh, here we go.
Yeah. This is a very dramatic scene, and even though it's like set up, deliberately and it's very obvious, it's still cool. Like nothing's natural about the way they're standing, but I like it.
No.
It's very
It works for
dramatic.
it works for the visuals.
So you'll actually hear Zat weapons opening, but you won't see them.
Yeah.
And apparently this was a sound effect choice to cover the fact that there weren't enough prop weapons for all the actors.
In
Amazing.
the front of them, though, have the front ones actually, do a air thing.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, cover them
whatever.
up.
Yeah,
And a lot of them are also closed.
they sure are.
Yeah.
These two sides have been warring for thousands of years.
Yeah, this was bound to happen at some point. So the footprints only appear this one time in this episode. So like either the assassin learned to levitate or like someone in continuity had a busy day.
Oh, fair point. Yeah. You're being played, boys. I got that in stereo.
I like that Braytak is like doing the tracking thing again, just throwback to season 3.
Mm-hmm.
when they were
Yeah,
looking
he
for the
has like
Half-Seasons.
he has like spidey senses.
Yeah. He's got such good instincts. I love it.
He does. He really does.
He's been around a few rotations. Look at the Stargate and the framing of that shot. I love Deloise's framing. The Stargate is always there.
Yeah.
It's a character.
It is.
Yeah, this episode's good for like the drama, but it is very silly that the thing was killing both sides, literally.
Mhm.
Also, in some ways, I'm like, you should have just like had the Tari like pin it on them a bit harder. If you pinned it on them harder,
Yeah.
then it would be like they're the biggest ally that anyone could have.
Mhm.
They're the one trying to unite everyone. Take out a member of SG1 while you can, or try. Oh, Canada.
Look
Yeah,
at
I
those
know,
trees, though.
right?
Same batch of trees over and over again, I'm assuming, to a degree.
Well, there's some mossier ones. This is more like the ones from Dead Man's Switch. You know, you
Yeah.
can tell what parts
Oh,
of kind of the
yes.
GVRD they're in. Lots of lichen. Uh-oh.
Oh
Uh-oh.
no.
Oh, look, all three of them are down. Oh, look at that.
Well,
You
it's
can't make
like
your excuses anymore.
exactly.
That's it.
It looks like the Ashrak is going for some kind of hat trick. It's like
Yeah.
on the beach.
It's so silly because it's like, bro, like at least knock two out and go have the other one running so that, like, you know, blame it on them. Hmm. See, what a silly Billy.
They're very pale.
Yeah, they are very pale.
Uh-oh. Where are the turs when you need them? Need to break out the turs.
The tours.
Turs.
I've always told them a tur.
The tur.
So I think it's interesting that these groups can't seem to agree on anything except apparently their universal understanding of Earth military hand signals.
Oh gosh, what a good point.
Don't you think?
And Malik's
I
like,
hope they
oh,
were
okay,
good.
yeah, I got it. It's like, what?
I hope they were given some sort of like rundown on tactics from the humans
I
before.
They'll give it like a
Yeah.
laminated sheet. Like
I
a
really-
laminated
yeah.
sheet, yeah.
But the fact of the matter is, we've probably gone into combat with these people before. We
It's
would
better for
all
them to know.
share a method of communication with them long into our relationship with them at this point.
Yeah.
So I'm not surprised
like-
at all that we've picked.
I like to think
something.
the laminated sheets are like on the back of the door of the toilet, so like when you go pee, like
you
it
can
gives you time to-
practice?
yeah, so you can just pay
Yes, I
attention
love
and
that.
Yeah.
because what else are you gonna
So-
do? They don't got phones.
Hold it with one
So-
hand and practice your gestures with the other, I guess.
Yeah, while you poop.
Oh, so several fans have noted a parallel between this episode and Predator. So both feature an invisible hunter stalking its prey through a wooded area, complete with like thermal vision and advanced weaponry. And
Was
a
that
fun
also filmed in Canada?
coincidence, Vancouver
Yes! Oh my
would
God!
also later serve as the filming location for the Predator in 2018.
Amazing!
right,
Look
yeah.
at that. It's like I knew. I didn't. I'm very proud. I could smell that you were teasing me toward there. I was like, oh, the fun facts must be leading this way.
Okay, so
Oh, here we go. Here's the slow
This is
shot.
so interesting. Yeah.
yeah, it's good. I was going to say Malik here.
Yeah.
In Australia, we would say he's a stunned mullet. So basically that means shocked or dazed. So I think in this variation, it's a stunned Malik.
Stunned
Yeah.
back. Oh, there's O'Neill finally.
Yeah.
He didn't shoot Braytac, he just ran. Like the way he looked at him and he tried to like let
Yeah.
go of his weapon as
Yeah.
best as he could so he wouldn't shoot him. That's nice. But he could have tried to finish him off, but then if he finished him off, then he would really be dead. So
Ugh, they're
Yeah,
always
but-
jumping to that conclusion,
That's an
aren't they? the
assumption,
Tok'ra?
yo. He was dragged off. He is gone. Oh boy. here
Teal,
we
calm
go.
down. Oh, this is my favorite part.
Oh, absolutely. This is a great.
So
This
funny.
is
though.
the land. We don't need any of your help, Lando.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's this part with Jack. He doesn't care.
Yeah, I know. Sorry. So someone on Reddit pointed out that Jack's delivery here was very similar to Gene Wilder's famous like unenthusiastic "stop, don't" from Willy Wonka. It has
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
that exactly the
Yeah.
same like
Exactly.
sarcastic tone. Which is why I wore my Gene Wilder brooch today.
Oh, really? Okay, there you go.
Yeah,
Flash that when we finish this.
I will.
I like the fact that Jacob glared at him a bit like, you serious? So he had to go calm Teal down.
It
And
takes
then
several
Sam
minutes to
glared
choke
at
someone to
him as
death.
well.
So it could have
Yeah.
been a while. Yeah,
What a bad way to go.
totally.
Like it's long and annoying.
Just
Ugh.
awful. Yeah.
Make it quick.
Annoying. Long and
Yeah, like
annoying.
imagine you're just there with someone stronger than you choking you out. It's like I literally can't do
Yeah.
anything except just experience this till the end. Ugh, you know? Not fun.
They're talking about flush toilets over in the chat over here.
What happened in the? This wasn't me. I saw toilet briefly before I ever brought up toilets, so I know it
Roger
wasn't
Luther,
me.
some prisons do have flush toilets. Yeah, every prison that I know of has flush toilets.
They should. That's a human demand, isn't it? Otherwise,
Well, I mean, outhouses, so and such. Raj Luthra, if you could email me, please, at dialthegateshow@gmail.com. I would appreciate it, Raj. I don't have your email address, so if you could email me, I would appreciate it. Thank you. Blue Light Special, aisle 7.
It's like a public service
Yeah,
announcement.
Raj Luthra, come to the front desk, please. Raj Luthra, come to the front desk. I'm sure he's going, what the hell?
Oh, you can see her face just like
Yeah.
light up with the excitement.
That's all I need.
Okay, so here's another interesting predator parallel. So Jacob's line, if you can see it, you can shoot it, is very similar to if it bleeds, we can kill it from Predator.
Yeah.
There's a song online, I think done through AI. If it bleeds, we can kill it. And it goes on for a couple of minutes, but that's the chorus line.
Oh,
So,
really?
Yes. So,
Oh, have to find
YouTube,
it.
if
That
it
sounds
bleeds,
funny.
we can kill it. Do it now. Get to the chopper.
Wow.
Get to the chopper.
No.
Why was that so accurate?
That was so
I've been
good.
practicing for a number of years.
I just imagine David in the mirror every morning, trying it out. Getting
All
his
right,
That
first
is
anyway.
line.
hilarious.
Hey, Allegiance.
So it's Among Us,
and
the
also
game.
the Ashrak is like literally listening in this whole time.
Mhm.
Have
He's
you
just standing on the outskirts.
played Among Us, guys? It's the one where you're on a ship going through space. There's one guy going around killing everybody, and he's trying to
yeah.
incite everyone attacking each other. I can't hear Among Us anymore without thinking of that.
The
Okay,
ammo
so-
that they went through for this episode was
Oh,
considerable.
yes. Yes, I was going to go through that in a
They
sec.
have a budget for allocated per season, and
Uh-huh.
I think
That's right,
Rick really went through it like he went through in Forever and a Day. So he just kind of went to
Yes, he
town,
did.
who's your daddy style.
Absolutely. So, I have 2 questions about gate security. So, why not install an iris like the one at the SGC, or even simpler, just remove a control crystal? But I mean, I guess, yeah. So, disabling the DHD might have been technically simpler, but I guess having reluctant allies guard the gate together serves a greater purpose.
I think they're wanting to draw him in.
Yeah.
yeah, but still. I mean, they could have done it without him noticing. Oh, he may have seen it though. Look at that. We found a way to make it make sense. Throwback. Yeah, so
Anubis has more technology.
yeah.
Mhm. He certainly does.
And also, all the ghouls have been doing stuff for a while anyway, and all they do is nick stuff from each other. So, he got ancient knowledge, he got more gold stuff he nicked off people. Spruce it up a bit.
I do love the Ashrak nod in this episode. The continuity of the show, is really a powerhouse.
They don't just forget about it.
Absolutely.
No,
is.
they don't.
Sometimes they kind of do.
Sometimes they do forget things, and other times it's
Yeah.
like, oh yeah, we're going back to season 2, episode 2.
I mean, it'd be kind of boring
Ashraks.
if they just constantly brought up stuff from the past that's that kind of fell a bit flat.
Yes.
So certain ideas, yeah, bring it.
Faux show.
So the high-tech looking device that Sam is using apparently is a repurposed telephone operator's console.
Well, there you go. Kit bashing.
Like what you said, of course, the Turco may have a special toilet making crystal. Turco toilets. Imagine how sharp that would
Absolutely.
be. I would not want to sit on that.
Well, like their chairs, has a point to the top. I sold those
Absolutely
chairs
not.
through PropWorks, and let me tell you something. If I was on a second story somewhere and there was no rail and I was near one of those things, I was always a little nervous because if you fall on one, you're not going to get up too quickly.
No. I can't imagine.
God.
God, look at all this waiting.
Oh, the silence and the stillness is really good though.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-oh.
Raspberry says, I'm amazed the blowing dust and smoke does not show where the Ashrak is. Yeah, I mean,
That's true,
a lot of dirt
yeah.
and stuff everywhere.
Imagine
I would say
having
just
to
start
fling
shooting
yourself.
there, but ugh.
I know.
Yeah, not easy.
Doing like, yeah. Oh, that dude like did like a full spin.
Yeah. Just knocking folk. Ooh. Knocking folks
See,
down.
that's why you don't start randomly shooting. Jack's got the right idea. Like, there's no one over there. Shoot away.
Come on, break out the turs.
I would just hit the deck and start like slugging it toward them. Lockwell just said, here comes Rambo.
Rambo, yeah, absolutely.
Jambo over here. Yeah, you can go anywhere with it.
Imagine you're,
Yes.
you're 1,500 years old being given orders by someone who is
50-something.
52,
Yeah.
you know?
I think he's in his 50s.
That'd be tough to swallow.
Yeah. So in a lot of ways, like age is kind of just a number because like people say that like age like breeds wisdom, but not everyone. You know, some people are still, silly
Oh, sure.
as they get older. If anything, with the Tok'ra, age just bred stubbornness. They're incredibly
did.
stubborn.
Yeah.
That's true.
So the reactor's 420 nanometer electromagnetic field should actually be visible as intense blue-violet light, even at 50% power.
And we don't get
I
that.
think the
'cause budget.
well the wavelength falls within the visible light spectrum, so
I guess
it
there
should
are no
be-
TERs.
Yeah.
Tingly.
Tingly.
Mm.
He's like, no, I like it.
He does, doesn't he? That was like so Rick, No, I like it. Like they would not have written that.
Oh, there we go.
Oh.
So I said Jambo earlier. Raj Luther went Jambo locked and loaded. Let's go. Caddy Mitch said now they should have taken a crystal from the gate. Yeah, right
no
now.
Kidding.
Oh, I'm excited.
Yeah, Rick's badass moment is approaching.
I will say the badass moment from season 3 didn't really hit it for me because I thought that the sitting in the map looked just a little silly. This looks way cooler.
Yes, yeah. Well, even someone on Reddit called it the baddest of badass Jack moments, which I would agree.
Here we go, Teal'c.
You can
He's
feel
channeling
him.
his inner Braytag.
He's getting past all that tingling. Do you think that tingle was similar to like the Jafar tingle when they sent the symbiote? So he was like trying to like separate the two. Just be like,
Here we go.
That's the other one.
Okay, so
what is
according
this?
to Joe Malozzi, Jack's Rambo-style 360-degree machine gun scene was originally 3 times longer, and they trimmed it down. And the filming process of the scene was actually pretty intensive. So as David mentioned, they went through an impressive number of rounds. Apparently, it was 8,000 rounds of ammunition during multiple takes, and also the sweeping motions of the camera. So that's because the Steadicam operator had to carefully coordinate with RDA's firing patterns through the forest. And behind the scenes, the weapons coordinator, Rob Fournier, had the crew take shelter behind a protective knoll just in case that the gun.
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
Here we go.
So the Ashrak is actually played by Dan Payne, not that you can see his face.
Yeah, he is.
But this is his third Stargate appearance.
Yeah.
He previously played a free Jafar in The Warrior and one of Khonsu's Jafar in The Other Guys. And he becomes a bit of a franchise regular, appearing in 12 more SG1 episodes, and
Yeah.
most
He's the big guy.
notably as
He
the
is.
Cull Warrior.
That's right.
And I think Dan himself called himself a utility player in the Stargate universe who got killed for a living.
It's fun. Do it.
And I think, David, you mentioned in one of your interviews with him that so like the more we see him, the kind of less we see of his face because
That's
of
true.
all the makeup and the costumes.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's kind of like a
Unsung
human utility.
hero.
Yeah.
He really is.
He could be folded into anything. And he was always willing to play ball. The problem was he wouldn't often like speak up in his own defense. He was always like, yeah, I'm down for anything. And, a couple of times he got close to really hurting himself. So
Yeah.
Look what I said. It was a Daewoo K3 light machine gun, caliber 5.56 times 45 millimeter, 200 round disintegrating chain.
thank you.
This particular version used a
Lockwood.
magazine loader. Yeah, because Braytack's a bro. Oh, see, look, this is the
Yeah.
kind of bromance that I wanted to see, like, come out of this season and the next.
Come on,
Yep.
you're the bigger man, Braytac. Yeah, bro.
Yeah, if the Toker can do that, yeah.
Yeah.
I know that Jafar and Toker have all been through a lot, but like, it just, yeah, it really hurts.
Well, they go their own
Next
separate
episode's
ways
tough.
in season 7. Look at the
I know,
water
that's
on the
what's- that's
ground.
what
It's been
sucks.
raining. Yeah.
So, Peter Dalloway said that he was very proud of this episode, but he admits to the cringeworthy, somewhat heavy-handed final line about Unity. And even Joseph Malozzi winced at the episode's final line. He called it hokey.
Yeah, it is a bit much, isn't it?
I mean, I'll give it a pass.
I think coming from Braytac, it kind of works.
Yeah.
Yeah, like no one else can really say that. Tony Amendola and crush it, you know. Well, that's true for like now, but
Oh, and
not-
into
not
the
as time goes
dry
on.
ground, which was
Yeah.
once
Yeah.
wet a second ago.
Yeah.
Herbert
Well,
Duncanson, SG guard.
that is an
episode.
It's
That's
always
why we're
funny when we
here.
get like that. As I was
That's
it is in fact an episode.
That is a
You know,
truism.
I always find the credits really hard because I'm like, oh, we've got to finish the episode. We've got to get to the end, and I've got to like flap my gums until it's done. You know, get that going.
You are so funny.
But yeah, it's like just
Well,
it's all right.
I want to say, like there's nothing that brings people closer together than a bejeweled assassin's blade.
Ah, there you go.
It's gonna be your line for Monday for tomorrow.
That's allegiance,
recap.
everyone.
Woo.
Woo.